Okay, this meeting is being held in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Annual notice of this meeting was published in the Union County Local Source and the Newark Star Ledger. Said notice of this meeting was posted in the municipal building and a copy is on file with the Office of the Borough Clerk. Fires are located in the directions I'm indicating. If you're alerted for a fire, please move in a calm, orderly manner to the nearest smoke-free exit. Proper notice having been given. The Borough Clerk is directed to include this statement in the minutes of the meeting. Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Here.
Councilman Johnson is absent. Councilman Signorello.
Here.
Councilman Rabina is absent. Councilwoman Lyons.
Here.
Councilman Patel is absent. Mayor Signorello.
Here.
You have a quorum, Mayor.
There are no, opening prayer, pledge of allegiance.
Eternal God, grant us thy help in all our duties and perplexities. We ask for thy guidance. Give us thy protection in our dangers and sorrows. Grant us thy peace. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, there are no communications for review this evening. We're going to hold on the Black History Month proclamation, although February is Black History Month. May I have a motion to approve meeting minutes pending any corrections?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion that bills and payrolls be not read and passed for payment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If you'd like to speak, please come forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record on agenda items only. Okay, seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public portion on agenda items only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's start off with Kevin. Caught my eye, man. It's a nice tie. Saw you first. Oh, do we have, go ahead, Kevin.
All right, I'll make it quick. As you know, PSE&G is doing the work on West Colfax and Locust, so they're setting poles. That's ongoing now. That's going to continue for next couple of weeks. They are going to be working this weekend setting poles, but shouldn't cause any disruptions though. New Jersey American Water, we had a meeting with them this week as well. They're going to be doing some work on Raglan, Madison, and Eleanor, main work. That's going to be starting at the end of the month. That should take 4 to 6 weeks. It's new main, and then they'll replace all the services after that. Elizabethtown Gas, right now they're holding off on paving Sumer and Walnut Avenue, but as soon as weather breaks, we'll schedule that work. And the last is the stormwater sewer project, which is ongoing right now. We have a pre-application meeting submission going to the DEP in the next week or two. We should have a meeting with them. They've been scheduling about like 2 to 3, 4 weeks out usually, so I say by the end of March we should be meeting with DEP regarding the project, and we're also in talks with the DOT just regarding going down the right of way and kind of which lane to stay in. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Any questions?
I got nothing. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rich, you want to come up?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, Mayor, I'll try to make it quick. I actually have 2 reports.
Snappy, let's go.
All right, let's move it along. Okay, so the year-end report for 2024, it was a very busy year. Total number of permits, 1,996. Total revenue for 2024 on the construction code element, $792,230. Sewer connection fees, $510,749. Affordable housing fees, $110,424. And off-site improvement fees of $50,000. Total number of uniform construction code violations were 148. On the property maintenance enforcement side, we had total court dispositions of 159 with fines of $21,605. There were 558 violations issued for 2024, and there were 144 court summonses. So in total, $1,463,403 crossed our counter. On the projects, 10 West Westfield Avenue. Building A is nearing completion, but the problem with Building A at this point is the parking garage isn't done. They're actually completed with their 4th and 5th floor. I was out there a couple of days ago. It's looking good, but the parking garage is holding it up because of the requirement for the parking for the apartments based upon the redevelopment agreement. and the developer's agreement with the borough, which you're all aware of. So they're hoping for an April 1st of 2025, obviously April 1st of 2025, for a TCO. That is flexible. It all depends on how things go. Obviously, the weather's bogging them down a little bit with the parking garage. Let's see, 140 West Webster.
When's Building B going to be done?
Building
Ballpark.
B is complete.
Oh, sorry.
Building A.
Building, oh, so what's rented out right now? 2 floors of building?
Building B is rented out.
Fully?
Building B is fully, yes.
Oh,
Full
okay.
TCO on Building B.
TCA. And Building A has 2 floors?
Building B has nothing at this point.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave them a certificate of approval for the hallways,
Yeah.
for the common areas, because they are complete with the alarm system and suppression system.
Yep.
But they're really tight because of the parking.
Okay.
That's the whole problem with that.
Yep, sorry.
Okay, that's okay. And then we have the Hunter project again, 140. That is moving along. As you can see, the exterior finishes are nearly complete. They are calling for their rough inspections at this point, so then they could start sheetrocking. There's been some updates. They will be putting in a generator, which is really a good thing, which, of course, then the elevator has to be tied into the generator. It's part of the code requirement. 450 Westfield Avenue, that one, a full CO. I just issued a full CO, unconditional CO on that property. They are 100% complete. I have all the sign-offs from Somerset Soil Conservation District, along with our engineer, Neglia, our special project engineer, Neglia, and everything else is totally complete. So that is fully CO'd. One quick note on Building B, 410 West. Wingstop is proceeding with their tenant fit-out. They're moving along. They kind of, again, with the weather, they got a little bit bogged down, but they are done with all their undergrounds. Along with Chestnut Street, we have 2 tenant fit-outs that are occurring right now. So one of them is a workout studio, a very nice young lady, and the other one will be a coffee shop, but a higher-end coffee shop, similar to Starbucks.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay? So that's looking good. On the development side, I actually have a meeting scheduled next week with the owner and their representative from the movie theater. And I know, Councilwoman Lyons, this is really in your wheelhouse.
Yes.
That particular, I want to see, they have a proposal for us being you. So I will see what they're proposing. I will bring it back to the administrator, and he will,
Yes,
handle
let
it
me know.
accordingly.
Yeah, let us
Okay?
know. Yeah, great.
So otherwise, it's been a pretty active year. As you're aware, our property maintenance officer has been out. So we've been covering in-house our property maintenance, her role in both property maintenance, resale certificates, and apartment house inspections. So we've been doing that internally. In addition, I have expanded with no budget impact the inspection hours. So our building inspections occur Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday evenings, Thursday evenings for the residents that come home from work, and Saturday mornings, with no budget impact. Okay? With our current staffing levels, it seems to be working out very well. Our electrical inspector is also a building inspector, so that's why we have the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday timeframes. Just a real quick note. Last year, we had an audit from the Department of Community Affairs, Bureau of Regulatory Affairs, that oversees the operation. So there have been several changes instituted by the governor and the legislature over the last couple of years in relation to expanded third-party inspections. So basically, as an agency, we are required to conduct an inspection within 3 business days, not inclusive of 24 hours notice. So if an agency misses the window for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. The personnel's sick, they don't want to hear it. They are then allowed to go to a third-party agency, not only for that inspection, but for the rest of the project. So as an example, if we missed a footing inspection timeframe for 10 West Westfield Avenue, huge project, we missed it. Somebody was sick or somebody couldn't get out there, whatever the circumstances were. The developer then has the right to go to a third party to complete the entire project with a special inspector that they pay for. And the worst part about it for Ken is the municipality has to reimburse the third-party agency. Based upon the third-party agency's costs, not our costs, which could be a lot higher. So I've been really trying to move the pieces around, making sure we're within these statutory timeframes, so we don't have these issues. And so far, knock on wood, everything's been going pretty well. So that concludes my report, so if anybody has any questions?
Yeah, I have one. Any update on the Little League field? Are they going to use the netting or?
Right now, I spoke to Chris, who I think you know, Chris Contos, the
Yeah.
owner. Yeah, so they're looking at both. Right now, the windows are in, so I know the windows are not shatterproof. I actually went there to look at them.
Yeah.
I don't know who said that, but they're not. They're tempered, but they're not shattered.
Yeah, I mean,
So he's going to have to install netting. I spoke to Val, his son. They're fully aware of it.
Right.
So they're on board with it.
so just to let you know, the 12-year-olds play there, and they can hit.
Oh, I know. I
I
used to
hope
coach
they
him, I
can.
know.
It's better for Roselle Park.
Yeah.
Right, Keith? Remember playing down there? Okay. But yeah, I'm just afraid there's going to be problems there, so, okay,
I'll make sure it gets done
Okay.
prior to the season.
that's fine. Thank you.
Rich, you said the TCO, is that for the parking deck, April 1st? What,
But that would be for the parking deck and at least 2 floors of Building A.
so they got to go together, is that what you're
They
placing?
have to go together
Right.
because they're out of parking.
Parking,
They're
okay.
using the lower level parking, which I
Right.
TCO'd in Building A, to suffice for the parking in Building B. So that's how I was able to give them a full TCO for all the residential units.
So if everything goes well, April 1st, okay. So go back to the, one day I'll stop calling the Romarowski site,
That's okay.
whatever.
I still call it the same.
So I noticed they clear their snow and their sidewalk. Where's the line of demarcation for whose property under the railroad, or where is, like, the sidewalk under the railroad, or how far do they go? Is that, so we could talk offline, but I just.
Yeah, I'll find out. I'll have to actually look at the site.
Because
plan,
they're doing
it's on the
something, as
site
soon as you go under the railroad, they're doing something maybe a little lot hard right. But then, is that something, now there's a sidewalk and activity, is it something we are responsible for the
plan.
borough?
No, so you're talking about the area that had the trailer?
No, just so the property under, the sidewalk under the railroad trestle.
Okay, so I
Who
do have
owns
an
that?
answer for you on that one.
Okay,
So I was just told by their project manager that they're actually going to lease that property from DOT. And being that they're leasing the property, they will be responsible for the snow removal underneath it,
so they'll take care of that up to the welding shop to the right, okay?
on the right.
Yes, okay. That'll be a good thing, so, all right. We'll keep in the loop with that. Thank you. That's all I had.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Captain, want to come up?
Hey, everyone. Chief Reno submitted his report, a few highlights from the report. First, Corporal Michael Smith retired February 1st after over 30 years of service to our borough as a police officer and dispatcher. I'd like to thank him for his service and wish him a happy and healthy retirement. And with his retirement, we've conducted interviews to fill his open position. The chief hopes to have a candidate for your consideration in the near future following the completion of our background investigations. Second, the ribbon cutting and dedication of the new Edward Northrop Wellness Center occurred on January 19th, which was the 5-year anniversary of Officer Northrop's passing. We'd like to thank everyone for their support of this project, as well as the vendors that helped make it happen. It's been a great addition to our department, which our officers use daily. And finally, on January 30th, the lead graduation ceremony with our 5th grade students at Aldine, Robert Gordon, and Sherman occurred. The program was taught by Detective Polakowski, Detective Hokinson, Officer Cambronero, and Officer Matthews. I'd like to thank the Board of Education, Superintendent, principals, teachers, and students for their participation and support of the program. And that concludes my report.
Any questions? Cool, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John, you go up.
Evening, everyone. I'd like to thank Mayor Signorello and the Town Council, excuse me, for giving me the opportunity to provide a brief update. The goal of the Roselle Park Recreation Department is to meet the recreational needs of our community. As part of our department's effort to meet these needs and expand community services, our department provides a wide range of programs. Membership and recreation. We currently have over 450 recreation members. The Recreation Department has 23 programs, 25 employees utilizing 11 locations. Homework and aftercare. We currently have 121 members. We are transporting and chaperoning over 98 students daily. Aftercare has 13 programs, 20 employees and growing. Winter sports and activity programming. Off-season, 3rd through 5th, middle school and high school volleyball on Wednesdays between 6:15 and 9:15 in the ASYC, and there are 80 participating. Off-season 8U and 10U softball on Saturday mornings in the ASYC, they have 30 participating. Boys and girls wrestling has begun. The wrestling program consists of kindergarten through 2nd grade, Central Jersey JV varsity, and a grade school team. They have 55 participating. Teams and individuals are competing throughout the state. They are representing Roselle Park very well. Next competitions are individual league, state qualifiers, and state tournaments. Wrestling competition schedules are available on Team Snap for every level. Boys and girls basketball league play has begun. The basketball program consists of kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd through 5th grade, middle school, boys and girls. They have 105 participating. We are competing in league with neighboring towns like Kenilworth and Guardwood. They are attempting to get each team 16 regular season games. The playoffs will begin on the week of February 24th, and the championship game will be played on Friday, February 28th at 7 p.m. in the Roselle Park High School main gym. Roselle Park Performing Arts Program has 27 participating. Their year-end performance will be held on March 3rd at 7 p.m. in the ASYC. We are pleased to report that our department has made the following changes to the recreational programming and procedures. All recreational employees and volunteers have a criminal history screening and are certified in CPR and AED. We remain committed to providing the best possible care and programming. In addition, we believe these changes have afforded our community members the requested programming. The ASYC has recently hosted the following: Scout meetings, Recreation Committee meetings, Public Affair Community Event meetings, NJSIAA official meetings, CPEG meetings, PTA meetings, 5th grade parent meetings, recreational sports events, CPR and AED certification, and sport pitcher days, to name a few. As always, you can contact the Recreation Department at recreation@rosellepark.net. That completes our February Recreation Department update. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Anything?
I just want to congratulate your family and especially your daughter for winning the Union County Championship.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. The girls had two. Yeah, two
They had two?
champions.
Who was
First
the
year
other
program, 2 Union County champions.
Who
Yeah.
was, what was the other girl?
Jasmine,
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
thank you.
Thank you
Thanks.
so
Thank
much
you.
for everything.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right, Ruben. You're on the clock, starting now.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll take it quick. Other than John, for sure. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. The center has resumed access classes for our residents for the year. Seniors 55 and older can participate Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. For exercise classes, and 18 and older can join classes in the nights at 7 p.m. The transportation will also be provided to the seniors for all the activities, including bingo trips, ball trips, and casino trips, and et cetera. On Monday, February 10, seniors will be enjoying a Valentine's breakfast party at Sherman Elementary School at 9:30 a.m. The event includes special prizes, refreshments, and entertainment. On February 18, at 7 p.m., there will be a community meeting at the center to discuss this year's Halloween event on Bender Avenue. The purpose of this meeting is to gather thoughts, ideas, and experiences from residents of Bender Avenue to help plan a fun, safe, and memorable celebration for our neighborhood. On February 20th, the nutrition education team from the Community Food Bank of New Jersey and the Union County Office of Health Management will host a Cooking Matters class from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. This education class will emphasize strategies for reducing grocery shopping time, planning easy and delicious meals, and saving money. And I've started working on scheduling our public events for this year to offset the costs. Financial sponsorship request was submitted to the County of Union for our annual fireworks for $30,000, the Festival of India for $8,000, Mischief Night concerts and program for $6,000, and for our annual Christmas celebration for $26,700. Sponsorship request for our mobile stage was also submitted for our events, San Anthony Feast, fireworks, Oktoberfest, Juneteenth, Italian Heritage Festival, Mischief Night concert and program, and for our annual Christmas celebration. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.
A little too slow. Okay. Ken, Andrew, you guys got anything?
Just a quick reminder, taxes are due by Monday, February 10th without interest, and sewer bills are way past due. Please get them paid. Thank you.
Mayor, I just have a couple things I just want to report on for start of the year. Something that's on the agenda tonight is lead safe inspections and establishing a procedure by ordinance for that. So I held a meeting this month, and we've been going through this process. Rich has been involved also. The borough's contracted with LEW Environmental to do the borough's lead-based paint inspection program. This is in compliance with a law that was passed in 2021 by the legislature and signed into law by the governor. It just recently went into effect. This law specifically requires that one family, two family, and multiple dwelling rentals be inspected and certified as either lead safe every 3 years or lead free one time. It only applies to dwellings that were built during 1978 or beyond. So more to come and more to discuss potentially in the ordinance. The program is entirely administered by a third-party vendor at no cost to the borough, and I can get into that if the governing body so desires. Something else to come up, and borough's made several and really multiple announcements about. PSE&G's begun their 69 kilovolt project. It commenced on February 3rd. You'll see them installing poles right now. If there's anything, because I have had a few questions this week at the clerk's office, if your lights are flickering, if something's happening with your electrical, it has nothing to do with that project. They're not even touching the wires yet. They're really just doing infrastructure work, and it has nothing to do with electrical at this point. So call PSE&G and report the issue. I know a couple of residents did have, just random issues. They called PSE&G, they sent a troubleshooter out and rectified it. It was an individual service line. So just don't assume that it's part of a bigger issue with the project. Something I'm particularly excited about, I think the governing body will be excited about when they see a little bit more of it, is held a kickoff meeting with Civic Plus this past month to kick off the website redesign and relaunch project for the borough. Right now, our website is in abysmal shape. It's pretty much irrelevant to the community, and it's kind of run its course. So we contracted with Civic Plus at the end of last year. We kind of capitalized on some year-end sales. We were able to get a good deal. The project is going to run through with several milestones. I know I've been speaking with Councilman Rabina about it as a technology liaison a little bit. There's two things that are really great about it. It'll increase accessibility to those with different abilities and handicaps. One, that's just a great thing in general, and two, it also is compliance with new Attorney General guidelines nationwide along those lines. And there'll be a automatic built-in translate tool, which you see on a lot of modern websites that candidly we just don't have. So there's way more than that and more to come. Again, we'll probably expect a launch date in July or August. In some news, just to be frontward facing about it, the borough did receive a visit from New Jersey Department of Labor PIOSH and New Jersey Department of Health PIOSH on the 14th and the 23rd of January with regard to anonymous concerns and complaints at the DPW yard. The borough management and the union took part in meetings with both entities and walked through. Several deficiencies were identified. The borough received a report respectively within a week to 2 weeks, depending on the agency. After those walkthroughs, the borough is currently implementing or compiling a corrective action plan. We've had ongoing conversations with PIOSH about those plans, which will be implemented in a timely manner, and if extensions are needed, they'll be communicated to the agencies in order to gain approval in that respect. So I just wanted to update the governing body on it, and I'll keep you updated as the progress is made along those lines. Something else interesting coming up for the year, so took part in a CDBG Revenue Sharing Committee meeting. We do it every year. As a reminder, we typically get about $200,000 plus for our roads as part of this initiative, as part of this grant program. One of the conversations, because it is funded by HUD, is we're a revenue sharing committee. Is there going to be revenue to share? We don't really know right now. We're projecting that there will be something, but really to be determined. And as a reminder, we applied this year for the public improvements grant for Warren Avenue, the entire length of Warren Avenue. So, there would be substantial dollars, would go a long way in mitigating the impact to local taxpayers if we are able to get $220,000 like we did last year. And candidly, we are the model for spending money in an efficient way with this program, so we would probably expect to receive at least that amount of money this year if the program continues, and fingers crossed that it does. Some quick data: eight street opening permits were issued over the last month. 2 were emergencies, 5 were normal, 1 was unreported, for a total revenue of $61,000. There were 59 Oprah requests, 361 dog licenses, and 68 cat licenses last month. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Cool. Is that everybody?
DPW.
We're just having them in for closed session.
Okay.
May I have a motion to accept the reports of departments as submitted?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Greg B., you're sticking around, is the only one, right? Yep, cool. Please read ordinance number 2803 by title.
Mr. Mayor, ordinance 2803 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 7, Section 39, Subsection 2 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Handicap Parking on Streets for Private Residences.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2803?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody want to come up and speak on this one? I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2803?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2803? Is
So moved.
Second.
there any discussion?
Oh,
What do you have to say about it, Joseph?
Second.
Okay.
There you go.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
3 in the affirmative. The ordinance is adopted.
Wild. Please read ordinance number 2804 by title.
Yes, Mayor, ordinance 2804 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 7, Section 39, Subsection 1 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Handicap Parking on Streets.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2804?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone want to come up and speak on this? I am seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2804?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2804?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
3 in the affirmative, 3 absent.
Please read ordinance number
Ordinance is adopted.
2805 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2805 is an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Section 36 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Shade Tree Committee.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2805?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close the public portion on ordinance number 2805?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2805?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
3 in the affirmative, none in the negative. Ordinance is adopted.
Please read ordinance number 2806 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2806 is an ordinance for introduction, ordinance amending ordinance number 2802, fixing the salary ranges of non-union employees and officials of the Borough of Roselle Park in the County of Union, State of New Jersey.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2806 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as February 20th, 2025? Is
So moved.
Second.
there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
3 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The ordinance is introduced.
Please read ordinance number 2807 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2807 is an ordinance amending Chapter 16 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Building and Construction, establishing a new Section 2 entitled Lead-Based Paint Inspections.
May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2807 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as February 20th, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lyons.
Yes.
3 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The ordinance is introduced.
All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Please read all resolutions by title.
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 5125 is authorizing and directing the fire chief to execute a fire hydrant authorization form to facilitate the request for the installation of one public fire hydrant adjacent to 140 West Webster Avenue. 5225 is accepting the resignation of Rudy Patel as alternate member number 4 of the Municipal Land Use Board. 5325 is authorizing the hanging of a banner in Michael J. Morey Park advertising the Rosa Park High School's 2025 musical. Resolution 5425 is appointing Carlin Ward Ashen Hart, LLC, as 2025 Special Tax Counsel. 5525 is requesting permission from the County of Union to hang banners to close Chestnut Street at various times and for various public events during 2025. 5625 is authorizing renewal of the shared services agreement between the Borough of Rosa Park and the Township of Union for the Rosa Park Police Department's use of the Union Township Firearms Training Facility for calendar year 2025. 5725 is approving the time due calculation in terms of final payment for Michael Smith. 5825 is authorizing the Borough Clerk to auction unclaimed vehicles. 5925 is recognizing the restructuring of Phoenix Advisors LLC as Phoenix Advisors, a division of First Security Municipal Advisors, Inc. Resolution 6025 is accepting the resignation of Albert Apu from the Roselle Park Fire Department. Resolution 6125 is authorizing change order number 1 to RS Construction LLC for the project Roselle Park Housing Rehabilitation Program case number RP 5620102 in an amount of $4,350 increase to reflect a total contract amount of $50,000. 6225 is authorizing a purchase order with Jardine, Meiser, Salmon, Sprague, and Susser as Municipal Land Use Board attorney for year 2025 in an amount not to exceed $10,000. 6325 is authorizing a purchase order with the Neglia Group as municipal planner for the year 2025 in an amount not to exceed $15,000. 6425 is awarding a professional service contract with the Neglia Group for professional planning services in support of the Borough of Roselle Park's 4th round affordable housing compliance efforts in an amount not to exceed $5,000. 6525 is awarding a professional services contract with McManaman, Scotland & Bauman for redevelopment council services in support of the Borough of Roselle Park's 4th round affordable housing compliance efforts in an amount not to exceed $5,000. And Resolution 6625 is reauthorizing a lease with Dowling's Irish Pub and Restaurant for 3 off-street parking stalls located within municipal parking lot number 1 in an amount of $293 through February 28th, 2025.
Are we pulling anything? Okay, may I have a motion to approve the resolutions remaining on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nice. Borough Council and committees. Madam Council President, do you want to do your report first?
Sure. Good evening, Mayor and council and residents. January, we had 435 days in January 2025. It was the longest month of my life. So I went to the library meeting. There are a lot of things that the library is doing. Please go to the Roselle Park Library Facebook page. They definitely have all their events listed there. They really have a lot of things happening right now, so definitely encourage the residents to go out. And I also attended the Community Affairs and Public Events meeting. And just like Rupen had mentioned, we are really kicking off the events starting March through the end of the year. So we encourage everyone to come out. It's not for us, it's for you guys. I also attended a Pizza Bowl 5. Did you guys hear about this? No? Yes? Pizza Bowl 5 is a organization, actually a Facebook page that we get all the pizzerias and all different businesses in New Jersey and to come and compete. And the reason I mention is Iorio's Deli was in there for the meatball contest and they won third. So I like to mention them because it was cool to see somebody from town, and it benefits also Tunnel to Towers. So it was a great organization and fun night. something that's coming up, so we just put it out there. If you know a special woman in Roselle Park, we are doing Woman of the Year. We'll be honoring her in the beginning of March at our council meeting. But I encourage all the residents, please submit someone. We'd love to celebrate the woman that you know and just to highlight her. So please participate in that. It's just getting to know someone special in the town. That's pretty much it. That's my report, Mayor. And if you need me, our lines at rosellepark.net are 908-726-8773.
Councilman, thank you, Rosanna. Councilman Signorello?
Good evening. I attended the grand opening today of the Teacher Credit Union facility on Chestnut Street and Lincoln. I passed it numerous times over the years under construction. It's kind of like going into a bank, whatever, but they didn't have any money for me to withdraw from there today. So they had a nice little coffee and there today, and it was nice to see this facility opened up on downtown on Chestnut Street. And I just have one thing about, I know we had a little inclement weather in the last couple of weeks here and there, and I want thanks to the PD and DPW doing a good job. And you know, a lot of people don't know about the snow streets in Roselle Park, and I think we've been doing a good job on posting them to the app and, correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, the first alert, you know. And look, knock wood, we don't have any really, really large, and hope we don't have any events, but if there's a fire hydrant in front of your house and we do get a large amount of snow, help the fire department out and shovel it. It ain't gonna take much. If you live on a 50 by 50 foot frontage and you have the hydrant, take a couple minutes. I'm not making this up. One night I saw a guy putting the snow on the hydrant and I said to him, really? So anyway, help out. That's all I have. End of my report.
Thank you. Councilman Petrosky?
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to send my condolences out to Rocky Nelson Carl, a fireman in Roselle Park for 60-plus years. Yep. What service he did for this borough, you know, my heart goes out to him, and for all the years of service and everything like that. As far as, Joe, you know anyone that had more time than him?
No, I still say he's one of the active firemen
Yeah.
that I know of.
Okay, but yeah, 60-plus years, so. Okay, on January 19th, I attended the Recreation Story Time. It was, for the first time, I thought it was okay with the attendance. A lot of the kids enjoyed it. From what I talking to Tina Schwartz, she wants to do another one in March. So hopefully, you know, the word gets out and they have another one and it's successful like the one on January 19th. I attended the special meeting on of Mayor and Council on the 23rd of January. Monday was the fire department meeting. Again, most of the time, they give me the work orders and everything. So, you know, so again, I commend the fire department for all their, you know, service to this borough and everything. So, like I always say, they are my heroes. Okay. The Historical Society are going to have a couple fundraisers. More to come. They're going to be selling this booklet. I believe in the beginning of April, they're going to have a fundraiser at Dowling's Bar where they get 10% of the take. They're going to have their first meeting on the 17th of February of this year. And if you want to join, just come down. They meet the third Monday of every month, except for July and August. And again, I know I keep bringing it up, but the Legion, if we can help them out, you know, like my famous saying is, we needed them and they need us now. But I know on the 22nd of this month, the Carpenters Union is going to install a new floor down at the bar area. So, and there's more projects that's going to happen toward the end of the year, this year. If you need to contact me, get me at jpetrosky@rooseveltpark.net, 908-666-7821. And I'd like to wish the mayor a belated birthday.
37. I've
Oh, I thought
been
you were 29.
doing this since I was 30.
Okay. Okay. Happy birthday, man.
Wow, indeed. Thank you, Councilman. Okay, I have nothing to add. Please read my appointments into the record.
Yes, Mayor, appointing Evo, I can't say his
Yeah,
last-
whatever.
I'm sorry, Evo. Transantic, you'll tell me when I see you. 202 Galloping Hill Road, Roselle Park, New Jersey, 07204, as alternate number 4 of the Municipal Land Use Board, effective immediately to fill the unexpired term of Rudy Patel, set to expire December 31st, 2025. Also appointing Dominic Paterno of 139 Columbus Place, Roselle Park, New Jersey, as a member of the Shade Tree Committee, effective February 13th, 2025, to fill the vacant position with a term set to expire December 31st, 2025. And finally, appointing Eric Larnick of 259 West Clay Avenue, Roselle Park, New Jersey, as a member of the Shade Tree Committee, effective February 13th, 2025, to fill a vacant position with a term set to expire December 31st, 2025.
Okay, may I have a motion to open the public portion on any subject?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to come up and speak?
Michael Ryan, 515 Locust. Could you elaborate on the PSE&G 69 kilovolt project? And what specifically is it, and what effect is it going to have on Roselle Park?
So the immediate effect on Roselle Park it's part of a larger regional project that you may have seen in places like Fanwood, Kenilworth. I don't know if they're in Roselle yet, but Westfield. They're running much larger utility poles, or 15 to 20 foot larger utility poles to carry a 69 kV load on them. In terms of the immediate effect to Roselle Park, it'll candidly just be visual. There'll be some traffic issues in order to facilitate the installation. Once they're out of Roselle Park, we're one of the last legs of the project. Most of the regional project is done. They'll then go into Roselle, and I believe they continue through Roselle ultimately to their destination point. They're connecting 2 points with the 69 kV line.
Can you identify the streets in Roselle Park that the poles are going to be on?
West Colfax Avenue, from Market Street to Locust, and then Locust to the Roselle border.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Tim Coakley, 213 Charlotte Terrace. I saw Councilman Patel's not here, so I guess I'd just give you guys an update. Environmental Commission's next repair cafe. Did Rupen talk about this? March 23rd at the Casano Center. That's a
Okay,
Sunday.
I had
so-
somebody ask me about that.
so change-
March 23rd, sorry, I'm talking.
Yeah, March 23rd, that's a Sunday. We're trying to change it, see if we can get a different mix of repair folks, maybe get some bikes this time, tool sharpening, stuff like that. So excited about that. We'll get flyers out to you guys soon. You can, help inform the residents. We have a lot of excited volunteers. We don't always have a lot of customers. So we'd love to see more people coming through.
I know somebody who wants a lot of jewelry repaired, so. she was
That's great. That's one we definitely have.
Yep.
Just another one I wanted to raise. I think a resident I know is probably going to mention it to you at some point, but just want to get your guys' thoughts on this. I'm hearing, I was told there was a Homeland Security official making an arrest in town.
Yep.
In the borough earlier this week.
Yep.
As long as you guys are aware, wanted to make you aware. Just curious if there are any plans to, whether it's Casano or somewhere else, increase some educational opportunities for residents who might fall into a dragnet.
Yeah, I would say, so a couple things. So we're informed of these actions. We do not help. We do not do anything other than,
Didn't even think I needed
it's
to
just,
ask.
it's like a SWAT team, right? When SWAT teams come in or there's a drug raid, they come in, they inform us, and we're informed. As far as education programs, I have a catch-up with somebody from the county tomorrow. They're doing a lot of this, and they have, I think, a wider rollout, a lot of this education where, candidly, they just have more resources, and I'd rather kind of highlight some of what they're doing versus doing our own thing.
Right.
But I think it's a valid thing to raise awareness for, so.
Okay, cool.
But, yeah, we've spoken about this. It's actually funny. I talked to Andrew, I'm like, it's not a 0% chance this happens in Roselle Park. Lo and behold, a week later, there was a raid, so
Yeah, I mean, when there's quotas in place,
they're going to happen.
they're going to cast a wider net than
We live in a diverse area.
expect to.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of us could produce our parents' birth certificates or proof of citizenship on demand.
I was told producing papers is something that we tried to fight a war against, right? Like, it's not the best thing on earth. But we have a lot in question, a lot of federal money that we might or might not get.
Oh, I had another question about that, but I'm not touching that one tonight.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Yeah, no, it's going to be a rough couple of months. Years, right? But understanding what exactly the new normal is, I think, is going to take some adjustment and probably a lot of lawsuits. So,
right.
cool.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'm seeing no one else. May I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're gonna go into closed session, guys. You're sticking around? Public, I have to kick you guys out, but thank you for coming.
I'll do the,
Yep.
now.
No, oh yeah, you could leave. Thank you so much for coming. Yep.
Whereas the mayor and council of the Borough of Roselle Park wish to discuss matters which are described by the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12, and whereas the general nature of the subjects to be discussed in closed session are contract negotiations with the City of Elizabeth, contract negotiations with the Borough of Kenilworth, contract negotiations with the Township of Union, contract negotiations with the Township of Clark, contract negotiations with Wells Fargo Bank, contract negotiations with Meridian Park Square Urban Renewal Roselle Park LLC, and a personal matter within the Department of Code Enforcement. And whereas the time when and the circumstances under which the items discussed in closed session will be disclosed to the public at a future time, now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Roselle Park, County of Union, State of New Jersey do now adjourn the open portion of the meeting and open a closed portion of the meeting to discuss the aforementioned item. Need a motion to go into close and adopt the resolution.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Kenneth. All right, let's do easiest to
Hold on, let me just turn. All right,
Okay.
now we're good.
Do I have a motion to go back into open session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Hold on, Mayor, in closed session, the governing body discussed 7 items, contract negotiations, City of Elizabeth, contract negotiations, Borough of Kenilworth, contract negotiations, Union Township, contract negotiations with the Township of Clark, contract negotiations with Meridian Park Square Urban Renewal Roselle Park LLC, and a personnel matter with the Department of Code Enforcement. No formal action is being taken at this time.
I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye, aye, aye.